Welcome to Bottom Line Sports Talk. I'm George Abraham. You know my partner Albert Campman. Albert, anytime these teams get together, it's nice that there's a rivalry, but yet at the same time come together for a common goal. And these teams did that, and I don't know anyone that cancer hasn't touched. Nobody.
Great lead-in, George. Lisbon and Columbiana boys played for a special cause, and George and I have been hit with cancer. It's called the We Fight Cancer game, and the score was secondary in that game. That they raised almost $3,300 in the event, donated to families that are in need from cancer. I would hope more teams would follow Lisbon and Columbiana and follow this next year, and so we can make it a lead-in every year on our sports program. George, is nothing better.
Yeah, we have a buddy who does that national tournament every year, that $1 million tournament, that TBT. He's in charge of it. He was the coach. He's the general manager. And their team's called Sideline Cancer, and their big nemesis is pancreatic cancer. It's a killer.
Yeah, we've had him on the show many times. Not this show, another show we do. And Billy Clapper's his name. And Billy has really stepped up big time.
Yeah.
If you watch ESPN and you watch that, you'll see them in their uniforms. They get it. They represent cancer around the country.
Yeah, they were in the finals 2 years ago.
Yeah, they were.
They used the purple. I guess that's the color for pancreatic.
Yes, good point, George.
But yeah, it's called Sideline Cancer. So any donation, anything you do, I mean, obviously it hits us all. You can't escape it.
Right. Let's go now to locally, Lexi Giles, South Range senior, another 1,000-point score. We've had a lot in the last couple of years.
Well, we've had a lot this year.
Yeah, that's true.
Shoot.
Yeah. And we make a point out, if you're a good player, and you know, you can tell how good Lexi is, and you were good enough to start as a ninth grader, there's a good chance.
Yeah.
If you're a good player, a really good player, and start as a ninth grader, you're going to get that 1,000 points.
You know, I saw one the other day. It was interesting. They had listed all the top scorers, and I went back, and there were only 4 that didn't have the benefit of the 3 ball, right. 87, 88. Anything before 87, 88, they were all 2s. Today, these guys make this 3 ball like it's a
in their slate.
Yeah, they're giving out free passes, but still 1,000 points.
No, but
well done, Lexi.
I'm saying the point I'm giving Lexi credit. You have to be good enough to start as a ninth grader.
No.
I mean, you know, it's easy. It becomes easier playing 4 years. But many girls and many guys aren't ready to play till they're juniors.
10th grade, no.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's
quite a tribute to make yourself good enough. The coach says, wait a minute, I see her coming up. I see him coming up. I'm going to play her.
We trained quite a few girls that coaches struggle with putting in the 9th grade or ahead of older girls. And
we were upset about it because we would watch her
come in. A couple
in.
of times we knew they'd score 8 straight points to take her back out. And I said, that's not fair. You shouldn't hold it against her.
You know what's interesting? George made a great call. We talk a lot, and that call I remember he said, you know, I see things differently now. Sitting from this, remember saying that?
Absolutely.
From the stand, you're thinking,
No,
wait a minute, why is
she's better than that?
Why is she like as a coach? You're thinking, I don't want to.
I don't play 9th graders.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's like these guys with this Hall of Fame. We'll talk about it later, but don't get me started with this. Nobody gets on. Well, wait a minute, Mariano Rivera. Tom Seaver.
Yes.
They all should have gone in for. I don't put anybody. Well, get out.
If you're good enough, you deserve it.
You start making moral judgments. Who are you to judge?
So 9th grade is quite
if you're 10th grade, you got to shake it a little bit.
Yeah, you do.
You got to average 15.
Yeah, you do.
9th grade, you get through there. But just the same, the honor. I mean, it goes up on the walls.
It's awesome.
And then when your kids are there, they're going to look up and say, "Look."
There's not a lot of people up in that wall, by the way.
No, it's not a large. Yeah, it's tough. Hey, YSU, man, lose 5 out of 6.
Yeah, not getting the job done.
No, that's simple.
In a league, I looked it up. They're ranked 26th in the country in their league. When Coach Slocum was there, they were ranked 10th. You remember that league? Butler and Valparaiso.
Butler, Valpo, and Loyola. Don't get me wrong; it's nothing to do with Coach, but you had to strap it on a lot tougher.
No question. It was crazy then, and Coach Calhoun, we've heard nothing but good things about him. I wish he'd come on our show. We want to tell. We've heard about his great recruiting skills and his great job with the community. But when you lose your 5th loss in a row, you have to look at the team and say, what do we need to do different? They're now 10-10 on the year and 4-6 in the Horizon. As I said, the Horizon is not a dominating league this year, so there's still a chance. if they can right the ship, George,
Oh, yeah.
they can do the job in the playoffs.
Yeah.
There's no team
I
out
think
there.
I read, I was reading up on it. I think the finals are in Indiana this year.
Okay.
They usually are, Cleveland or Millville,
Right.
wherever, but I think they're in Indiana. But, all you have to do is rally for like a week and a half. Get
yeah.
hot at the right
And the
How many
team-
teams have we seen in the tournament?
And they had Cleveland State beat, who's near the top.
Absolutely.
Purdue, Fort Wayne,
Absolutely.
82-71. That means you can win that game. Yeah, they're capable of doing it. I'll tell you a team that is winning. Youngstown State girls. Coach Barnes, what a year you're having. 14-1, 17-2 on the year, 11-1 in conference play. Also, Coach Barnes' 300th win overall. Congratulations to the YSU women as they move with a 61-44 victory over Robert Morris.
No, that's quite impressive. They're getting the job done. Robert Morris, let's just talk about them for a minute because they're in our, news right now. When there was COVID, they won the league they were in. They were in the Northeast Conference, whatever that one of St. Francis and St. Francis, New York, and they came into this league and they were in the bottom last year.
Give me a bottom
and it
again.
appears that the difference, even though that league isn't a strong one, to finish dead last, and they weren't even close, and it appears they're going to do it again.
Yeah, that tells you the girls' league that YSU's in is good.
Yeah.
When you compare a next door neighbor league that they thought with Robert Morris, they thought Robert Morris would come in this league and do well.
Yeah, they did
And
both.
girls.
Both.
And
Men and women.
And they're doing it. Robert Morris, who was right across the board in Pennsylvania, by the way, is up their ante and said we want to be better in both boys and girls basketball. So that's why they joined forces in this league.
Yeah, they play Milwaukee Thursday night. I saw a buddy of ours does the color for them. The thing about it is, Majestra, you know that lady can shoot the ball. Now I'm going to tell you right now, don't let her open.
And that's what Coach Barnes has done. He's got some athletes on the boards to kill people on the boards. And then he said, okay, I'm going to surround it with shooters. And the Magistro girl, we watched her shoot in high school.
Yeah, she's
one of the best shooters around.
She's a shooter.
And
Hey, Al, 17 and 18. Let's take hats off Lily Ritz.
yes.
17 and 18. You get 18
Boards.
rebounds.
That's what
That's
I
two
like.
nights' work.
Yeah, the board.
That's 2 nights. I follow the one thing. I'm not a big NBA fan, but I like to look at the stats. I look at how they play at home, how they play on the road. And then I look at the individuals. I love to look at that rebound stat because it's rarely a 10. Only the big boys get 10. They throw that term around, double.
Right.
Let me see the 10 rebounds.
Yeah, that's the part that is not easy to get. And give me a rebounding team,
Yeah.
and I think you have a shot to win.
That reminds me, just on the way over, no one ever, you're the only guy I ever heard ever talks about this. When they talk about teams, you always say, don't forget there's 3 sides to football.
Oh, yes.
No women, like
talk about it
all
all
these
the time.
people crying about the coin. I said, you're allowed to tackle them.
Yes.
You're allowed to stop them down there 13 seconds.
You can.
Did someone say, did you know you weren't allowed to tackle?
You're allowed to tackle.
I wanted to make sure. It's like basketball. Guy said, well, what if they got the tip? I said, you're allowed to guard them.
Yeah. If you're a great defensive team, then there's a chance you'll get the ball back.
Absolutely.
There's a chance.
Absolutely. Now, 12 newcomers to the roster in the spring. JUCOs. Hey, I'll take them all. I'll take all you can get. Coach Phillips will weed them out. Put the better ones in there. You can't go into North Dakota State with one bullet in the chamber.
Yeah. We talked about this on our show, that we thought not dipping into the portal would be a mistake. And he either listened to us or his assistants told him, Coach, we have to go into that. And they have.
Alabama's using it. What do you need to know?
Yeah, 12 newcomers coming into YSU. That's the way you're going to come back and compete with those great teams up top. You have to get better on the line of scrimmage, and that's where they are 3 offensive linemen coming in. They had to do that. They had to get better on their tight ends.
I like seeing Power 5. I like seeing that.
Yeah. So when you're recruiting just high school kids in today's world, you're not winning.
No, if you're not shaving yet, you're not going to block that guy. The guy's 21, 22 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
transferring
seriously.
in at 22 years old.
Hey, Al, I got to say this.
Yes.
I think they're getting it. You see what? 3 offensive linemen.
Yeah, I said that's important.
Guys, I'm watching these.
For
teams.
YSU.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching.
That league.
If you're on your back, guess what? You're not very accurate. It's that
Happens
simple.
all the time. If you rush the passer,
Yeah.
that passer.
Or don't rush them. Like Brady's eating lunch back there.
Yes.
I know who's going to win.
Yeah, and that's what happened in that Buffalo Kansas City game. Neither line got near the quarterback. So you know it was going to be the last team to get the ball win. So, but that's a great recruiting job by YSU. We'll hopefully add more to it. And by the time, at the end of May, I hope they have 5 more, 6 more. That'd be fantastic.
No, Al and I were driving the other day, and the guy was talking about how if you don't get somebody, you can no longer hang up on them and call them an idiot. You have to say, well, best of luck to you. Remember us, because there's a good chance he's going to boomerang.
Oh, yes. Yeah, and George always says, George says,
change
I
my
couldn't
ways.
coach college.
No,
He said,
no.
why not, George? He says, because if somebody turned me down, I said, you weren't any good anyway.
We didn't want you anyhow. We had 3 other guys we wanted to say. But now I'm realizing, maybe on the comeback. Okay, Junior. Keep us in mind, Junior.
Yeah, exactly. He's coming back.
Oh, if you look at them cross, they leave.
Yes.
I mean, I tell Al the best story this year. Utah's playing, and San Diego State, who you don't trifle with those boys.
They play defense.
I see they just got they got a quarterback from somewhere big time.
Portal?
So and you know they play defense.
Portal?
Forget how they play defense.
Yes.
So they're playing, and they go overtime with Utah. Utah, about the end of the third, early fourth, they changed quarterbacks. Monday, the guy was gone.
Yeah.
He didn't wait a month, a week.
2 days.
So you know where academics comes on their list of priorities.
Yes.
Not exactly at the top.
Yeah, I heard an interview come in today, and the Heisman Trophy winner was talking, and not once did he mention academics.
Yeah, remember the dude at Ohio State.
It's like he said he became a better man.
Yep.
He said he became a better football player.
Yeah.
He got stronger.
Yeah.
Not once did he say, you know what else I did really well?
I like that science class there. No, it's.
And that science class didn't come out there.
I'm okay if you don't phony about it. In other words, like when they start the old student athlete term, now I got to rip the paper up.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hear it. Not that some of them are.
Oh, no.
No, some of them.
They're going to Stanford.
Yeah, they're going to Rice. But no, it's seriously. I understand completely because everybody's always saying the coach is everything. And
I'd be shocked if I just sat down with Coach Phillips at YSU, and that's where I went, by the way.
Yeah.
And guess what? I did not choose YSU because they had a good health and phys ed program. I admit it. No. I wanted to play football. And I don't think it's changed in 40 years.
But what I'm saying is, don't refer to Albert. Albert is a student
No, I don't
athlete.
wanna hear that.
That's all I'm saying. Don't be a
They're an athlete.
Some aren't. No, there are guys there.
No, I won
You're a good
I won an
student.
award there
Yeah.
for academics.
You're a good
but I'm just saying
The reason.
there wasn't a reason for me
Well,
to
how
go
about the
there.
dude from Oklahoma? All of a sudden, all those guys found out the benefits of education in California were great.
better.
Yeah, I mean, really. Let's talk about the NFL. I want to say this, and I haven't heard it, and once again, I don't give any credence to any of those talking heads.
Yeah, don't do
I think
it.
they're all lackeys and they're all afraid to.
I
I
agree.
want one of them to stand up and tell Mina Kimes, you're full of crap. Winning is everything when it comes to a quarterback.
Well, no, it's all.
Oh, no more. It doesn't mean anything. It is not a quarterback stat. You didn't know that. So you're lying. You're not woke. That's your problem. Hey, listen, now, seriously, though.
So winning as a quarterback is not important anymore.
Oh, no.
Oh,
She's in charge.
She's in charge of it.
She says every show, winning is not a quarterback stat. I said, tell Bradshaw, tell Montana,
Oh, my God.
tell Dan Marino.
It's the number one
Tell
stat.
Dan Marino.
It's the number one
He's
stat.
on the other side. Hey, real quick
Yeah,
here.
if you ask Marino, would you rather have
3 MVPs
380,000 yards
or
3 Super
Absolutely.
Bowls? Yeah, I know.
Hey, let's talk about this. This is true. Because I get into it in the way over with, well, that coin. How about playing some defense? Now, I know those games were exciting, especially that last game.
Yeah.
But my God, 13 seconds and you can't defend an entire
You deserve to lose.
I mean,
I picked
I don't
Buffalo
want to
to
hear
Super
your
Bowl.
excuses. I don't want to hear. There's
Forget
no
excuses.
possible reason.
Forget excuses.
Starting with the squib kick.
Forget excuses. We know he coached terribly. But as bad as you coach, if you're playing back there, you have to all 11 huddle up and say, if we hold them for 13 seconds, we win. I know both of us we get in the defensive huddle in basketball and say, we're up 1.
Yeah.
Guess what?
Look me in the eye and tell me your man's not scoring.
Yes.
If I hear that 5 times,
we're going to win.
We're going to win.
Yeah. If they don't score, we win.
Absolutely. They went up and down the field, like 20-some points in the last 2.5 minutes.
Yep.
Now, see, being coaches a long time ago, we look at What's up with the defense? Like, when I look and I go, so-and-so shot 68%, my mind immediately goes to, did they have their hands up? I never think, man, were they hot?
Right.
I think someone wasn't guarding.
Yes, that's a trend.
And that's what this was.
It's a runaway freight train. Runaway. It's just not that game.
No.
It's every game. The game has changed so much. It's an offensive game.
All the rule changes.
Yeah. 30 points is nothing today. I'm thinking, looking at that game, just looking coming into it. You're thinking 30 points is how many points you need to win this next game.
You can't say 14, 17.
No, if you say 14, Kansas City.
You know, I heard Pac-Man Jones. They said to him, they said, "You made the playoffs 5 straight times at the Bengals." I think people think they were a little worse than they were because they didn't win it all. You always said that, I think. Well, they said, he said, I got to be honest. He goes, Andy Dalton. And then they listed the 5 times they were in what they scored. 10, 13.
Can't win.
No, remember the year that Pittsburgh, Burfict lost his mind there late?
Mm-hmm. And I do remember, yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you got to score, and they didn't.
Yeah. The game has changed.
That's like this nepotism. I'm on it today because I'm on the way over. They hired Paul Hackett's son. He was 16th, 23rd, 26th, and 27th at Jacksonville.
Where did he get hired?
Defensively. He's the new head coach, Denver.
That's what they hired.
And they think What's coming with him. Pretty boy. Amazing when you think about it. But no, it's the coaching. Now, another thing. Some bad coaching. I know they make a lot of money. But I've said this, I could sit beside the pilot and not fly the plane.
Right.
Some of these guys, they just assume, like this guy at Green Bay, he gets on and he says for 5 weeks, I hope our special teams don't. How about week 3, you tell the coach, you say, you're not getting it done, Harry, I got this.
I'll take over. And they're home because of it.
Who are we making fun of right now?
Yeah.
Green Bay.
Yeah, they're home because of it. You know, you cannot have special teams be bad all year and expect it to change if you haven't made changes.
How about Coach Bench Press? It's 6-6, 7 wins.
Yes.
Let's go for 2. We'll outsmart them. We'll out-analytic them. Kick the point and win the game. He's not trying to cover the spread. Now, we have a different slant.
But early in the game.
Oh, no, you don't. No,
you never go for 2. Never.
No.
You don't go for 2 until you have to go
for
2. There is not a reason. And
No.
I know analytics tell you different things. We'll tell you something different on this show. Kick the extra point. Take that point because later on it might come back to haunt you.
Now, another thing, too, we're in Cleveland, Pittsburgh territory. I think our fans are 50-50. Remember Bobby Hannon telling us once he thought we were pretty much in 50-50 territory. But let's say this. Steelers and Browns have a problem, and it's Joe Burrow.
Oh, yeah. But we've been saying that for years.
You liked him.
I think
you liked him. No, you liked
I like the Bengals.
Yeah.
I thought the Bengals were missing one thing, and they got it.
Yeah.
They got the quarterback.
Yeah.
And luckily they got a Chase with them. So now you got doubled up. But
how about you got?
They're not leaving.
Well, you got Higbee there, whatever. The other guy,
Higgins, yeah.
and then you
and Boyd,
and the kid from Clareton, Boyd's
he's
good.
good, too,
the
yeah.
tight end's good.
Yeah.
Mixon's good.
No, offensive, they're really. That's what I said. This game, Kansas City, Cincinnati, it's gonna be hard to believe it.
Yeah, 54 sounds high.
Yeah, but I'm saying who's stopping? But I will say this: that game was under Buffalo
all
late.
All the way.
That game was under late.
Chase is a stud. I heard something today. Interesting. This is their 3rd playoff game. He's got a bazillion yards. Guess how many tutties?
How many?
0.
Yes, that's all.
0 tutties. Yeah. So bottom line is.
And that's why Cincinnati struggled these 2 games. They've been kicking a lot of field goals.
Can't do it.
Yeah, and it'd be hard to beat Kansas City kicking field goals.
How about the quarterbacks in the AFC? Kansas City, Cincinnati, Buffalo.
Teams are playing. Yeah.
I mean, is that all of a sudden the AFC has all the young arms?
Yeah, they're good ones too.
No,
and those teams and the teams are built around them are good also. So
I like the guy at the Chargers. Not crazy about the Mr. Analytics, the coach.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't know how good he was at Oregon. I had no idea because when he came into this league.
Then he started running the ball that bowl game against Wisconsin, remember?
He ran it. Yes.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, absolutely. Green Bay blowing another one at home. It is almost like paying your taxes.
Yeah, and I don't think people are talking about the weather. I think it really helps Green Bay a little bit because they play in a little bit another team. I don't think it hurts them that much. But it's a difficult call when the fans are fired up and they think we're playing at home. and you go home a loser.
Well,
especially how it happened.
let's talk about it.
They scored 1 touchdown.
Remember back in the day, Miami, the year they went undefeated, they won in Pittsburgh because it wasn't this way.
Right.
What they're saying now when you have the home field is you're the best team.
Yeah.
So they lost 4 straight.
On record.
There's no way. Same with Bill Cowher. That's why I wouldn't have
record.
put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, on record, that's what it says. No
Yeah,
question
there was
about
the
it.
best record gets a home field.
Right.
It's not like, but when Miami had the undefeated team, they had to go to Pittsburgh.
That was different rules.
Remember that?
Different rules,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Now, I can't root for this Rodgers. I try.
He makes it hard.
He does.
He does make it hard. He's a diva who acts like he's smarter than everybody else. He's a great player.
We've always found out. You've always said it's your dad taught you this, and I've adopted it as my own. If you're good at something, someone else will take.
Yeah.
If you're pretty or you're
Someone
have
will
nice
tell you.
skin or you're strong, you do not have to say, "Hey, I'm the," because he comes on this McAfee show and McAfee just rolls at his feet like a lap dog.
Yeah, it's a sad.
I mean, that guy.
That's why I don't listen to it. 'Cause
No,
it's
you
sad.
couldn't. No, it would make you sick.
Yeah, I don't wanna
It would
listen
make
to
you
it. I
sick.
don't wanna listen to
He
it.
just gives him carte blanche to make every excuse in the world every time. Nothing's ever his fault. You know, whether he
Yeah,
gets.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
What you just said.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear excuses. I just told that to my grandson the other day. When you hear excuses, you just have to make a rule and say, "Get away from me." And
And
he's
it
always making excuses.
starts with blaming the referees. By the way, the minute I hear you say we or you know
Referees.
those, goodbye.
Yep, you're done. So
Goodbye.
as soon as you start blaming somebody else,
no.
you're done.
And then as a coach, we had a buddy that we lost a lot of respect. Always the officials. And what it does, it gives your players an excuse. Now the player, they're out to get us
They know
tonight.
it automatically transforms over to them.
Absolutely.
Like they say, Coach can say that.
Absolutely.
I'll say it too.
Absolutely. Now, San Francisco, they did 0 offensively, 111 yards.
Right.
The quarterback rating it was abysmal. But 2 things. Number 1, they won the game on special teams. As you say, there's 3 sides. And secondly, they're looking at a Ram team that they own. 6 straight is no accident.
Yeah.
Now 1 or 2, I'll step back, Al.
Right.
I can't step back at 6.
Yeah, I understand. And San Francisco plays that game to try to run the football, and that's their game. They didn't run against Green Bay as well as they have.
No.
And so if they're not running it, they struggle a little bit. But they're running the football. They can play action pass. Rams have the better team.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they believe they can beat San Francisco.
Well,
it's
I'm thinking I never was in that situation. I mean, I hope if I did,
Right.
I'd lose 6 straight to somebody.
Right.
I'm wondering if you would think you were going to. Let's be honest.
It's tough. It's a tough call.
Let's be honest. Their biggest problem out in it, SoFi, is keeping the San Francisco fans. Did you hear what happened the last game?
Yeah. They'll
Did you know he was the home team and had to use Sun account?
Yes, that's funny.
And that's where the Super Bowl is.
That's a funny story.
That shouldn't happen. That shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? That personal foul in the Tampa Bay game, you said they got it right, but it sure didn't look right because that hit to the head was pretty dang close to during the play.
Oh yeah, I know.
What did you see yourself?
Well, when they showed it, once the replay finally showed something right, the ball was on the ground when he did it.
Okay.
And so once the ball hits the ground, the rule
Play's over.
Rule in the NFL, the play's over, and it becomes a 15-yard penalty. But the ball goes to the other team.
Brady would have been
Yeah,
first
yes.
and 10 at the 20.
Yes.
That's what. Okay, now the topic of the week. Should both teams get the ball? I think they're going to. I'll be honest.
gonna be
They're going to say, let me ask you something.
It's gonna change.
How about just a flat-out 5th quarter?
It's going to change.
15. We're playing 1 more quarter.
What's wrong with that rule?
Now you can't complain.
There's nothing wrong with that rule. They're going to
Yeah.
say injury purposes. That's what they're going to say. I hate
Yeah,
that.
these guys are making that.
I know.
Did you know this? I didn't. No, I'm 70. Did you know the league pays them in the playoffs? Not the team.
No, I know.
Yeah, you know what happens? Like Buffalo, 80,000 times a couple hundred ticket, whatever, millions. League gets it all. Buffalo gets the parking and concessions, and the league pays the players.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't just.
That's different.
As old as I am, I did
That's
not know
different.
that. Yeah, absolutely. Once again, your big thing on special teams, 3 sides. Steelers got a new defensive coordinator from Sharon. We're real happy for that.
Did you definitely get it?
I believe so.
Okay.
I'm so upset with this good old boy stuff. And this Rooney rule, it's nothing. I wouldn't take the Rooney interview if I were minority.
You think it's just
No, get our Rooney guy in here. Okay, get him out. No, I don't.
gotcha.
I take it as an insult.
Gotcha.
Now I'm going to say this though. A lot came out this week. Tomlin all the way back to LeBeau. It's his defense.
Yeah, I thought it would be. I didn't.
Okay,
I
did you?
never thought it would be.
Is Terrell name only?
What?
Is Terrell Austin name only? Okay, you knew it. I didn't know it.
Yeah, all along. I can tell they played Tampa too. So
Tampa
I know
too.
that's what he brought in.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so.
And you do think, though, the playoff rule, it will be amended for, the tie game, playoffs only.
Yes.
Not during the year.
Not
They're
during
playing
the
10 minutes.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, I got that. Personal fouls big in a couple of those games. Sue with a terrible person. You know, it's funny. They were teammates. Think there was bad?
That means nothing.
But, do you think maybe there was some animosity? It was more personal
Sue's
than team.
not. No.
You just think he gets in there, gets all charged up.
He's so charged up. He can't help himself.
But, boy, it's not just the 15. It's the set of downs. And, man, does that kill it.
Yeah,
I'd have to take you out. I know I'd probably get in trouble with your agent, but I'd make you think about it a little bit.
And you know when they're not taking anybody out.
No.
They're not even
take them out.
They're not even thinking.
How about when they rub their head when they do that?
I know.
It's bad enough. It's like those field goal
kickers.
They come over and rub their head. I said, how about make them on there, Raul?
Yeah, there's not a chance. There's not a chance they're taking it.
Hey, the NBA, the Lakers are struggling, although they got the band back together a couple of nights ago. And, man, when that eyebrows in there, I know they're not great, but, man, they're different.
No, they're good.
And LeBron, I think he's Ponce de Leon. Do you hear the Fountain of Youth? he had 2 dunks the other night on breakaway steals. My
He
Lord.
can do anything he wants to do.
Yeah.
He's the freak of all freaks.
Is Vogel going to last?
I thought no, but now that he got everybody back, he has a chance.
Okay. Did you see the lineup there? I looked at the lineup the other night. The 2 stars, Westbrook, who's playing awful,
right,
and 2 guys, if they were in the movies, you'd walk right by them and not know they were there.
Yeah, that's why they've won before. Those lesser players that played
You got to
well.
get the right prescription.
Yeah.
Chemistry. I like somebody that can guard and make a set shot.
Somebody can shoot a ball,
and they don't do that.
Yeah.
Memphis is young, but the trouble with them is luring free agents. See, if you just grew up to your team, like we talk about when the Pirates or the Indians have good young players, this is all fine, but the Yankees and Dodgers and Red Sox just buy whomever. And this is what will happen. The Lakers, LeBron will just keep luring free agents between the weather and the stardom.
It's harder for Memphis.
It's almost impossible.
It's harder for them.
You agree?
Yeah, it is harder for
them.
them.
The asking price for Simmons is going down.
It's why they held him out. They just kept waiting and waiting and waiting.
And that's, I think you can end up with the Nets.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame.
He can't shoot anyway, so I don't care who gets him.
No. Jokic. He's a triple-double machine, that boy.
Yeah, because he can really pass the basketball.
Yeah.
A lot of big guys can't do it.
He can. No.
Yeah, he's already a scorer, and he's so big that he rebounds the ball. But his triple comes from his outstanding passing.
Absolutely. Bama getting some transfers. That's just what they need because they're not very good. They lose one game, and all of a sudden they get 3 guys from. Are they from their own league?
Yes.
Oh,
LSU and Georgia.
Makes my head hurt.
Yeah, so you know there were 5-star recruits coming in.
Yep.
And, yeah, they're not taking any portals, 3-stars.
No, from Shippensburg.
Yeah.
No. Hey, Southern Cal, he's loading up there. Now, I don't root for him. The only hope I have is he didn't play any D at Oklahoma. If they play defense out there, someone's going to be in trouble.
He's going to play defense out there.
They're in trouble.
They're going to get better players.
Someone's
That's why he
trouble.
took it.
Yeah.
He took the job. Southern Cal's one of the top 5 jobs in the
Someone's in
country.
trouble.
You don't leave Oklahoma for any other job unless it's better.
Yeah.
And Southern Cal's a better job.
Hey, second time through in the NCAA, we're seeing a lot, starting to get to be some senior nights. You got to be a little bit careful giving points on the road.
Right.
I saw it the other night. I just happened to look. Al says, what, 8 to 10 teams can
12.
win it?
I say 12.
You got up to 12. I knew it was
12.
around
Yeah,
there.
I say 12.
Locally, COVID pushing some games back in the PSAC, pushing some games back.
It's still out there.
And the president.
It's still out there.
Just tell everybody.
You have to check the schedule every day.
Just tell everybody to be careful. One last question before we go. Would Kirk Cousins be an upgrade at Cleveland or Pittsburgh?
Not Cleveland.
Not
Pittsburgh.
Cleveland.
Pittsburgh.
We haven't given up on Baker Mayfield.
I don't give up on him.
Okay. You heard it here. Thanks again for watching Bottom Line Sports Stuff. See you next week.